Welcome one more time to Real Shame, a show where the two of us talk about our list of movie blind spots or our list of shame. My name is Andy.
And I'm Adam.
And on Monday's show, we talked about the C.S. Lewis novel, or the adaptation thereof, of the C.S. Lewis novel, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And Adam decided to pair that with...
The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. All right, follow the Pevensey children as they're called back again to the magical world of Narnia in The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian.
Hey!
What is it?
Where do you suppose we are?
Well, where do you think?
Well, I don't remember any ruins in Narnia.
All right, this is also directed by Andrew Adamson and written by Andrew Adamson, and also Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely again. Yay, Captain America. Great writers. This one, we have most of the cast return. We have William Moseley, Anna Popwell, Kander Keynes, Georgie Henley returning. We have Liam Neeson returning as the voice of Aslan. Newcomer Ben Barnes as the titular character Prince Caspian. You might know him from Daredevil or from Westworld if you watched any of those recently. We have Eddie Izzard as the voice of Rippy Cheap. I don't know. How do you say that? Rip Cheapy?
Reaper Cheap.
The mouse man, the mouse person. And we also include Peter Dinklage as Trumpkin, I guess. And Warwick Davis as Nibbabrick, I believe is how you say it. Yes.
I don't know. Nickabrick.
Nickabrick. I you know this. I suck at pronunciation. It's a movie that we both haven't seen until now. Wait, you saw it, right?
Yeah. I did watch it, yeah.
We both haven't
It's kind of what we do for this, yeah.
We both haven't seen it until now, but it is your week, and so I'm going to toss it over to you. Coming off the hills, I said that again. Coming hot off the heels of The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, which you liked. Uh-huh. What'd you think about Prince Caspian?
Yeah, so I mentioned last time, I actually did read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe when I was a kid, although I remember nothing. I didn't read any of the other Narnia Chronicles, I don't think. If I did, my memory is really bad because I don't think I read any of the rest of them. So I was not familiar with the story of Prince Caspian at all. But yeah, it's easy to watch these Narnia movies. They're all on Disney Plus.
Oh,
I mean, if you have Disney Plus. So that's where I watched at least both of these. And I probably will watch Voyage of the Dawn Treader just to kind of complete the trilogy, and also because it's on Disney Plus. But I also liked the Prince Caspian film. I think I liked the first movie better. I kind of alluded to this the last time, but I did feel the length of Prince Caspian. This movie is longer than the first film, and to me, it just felt like one big battle. It felt like an hour of the movie was the final battle. Yeah. And then the battle ends, and there's still like 20 more minutes of the movie. Yeah, there's like more stuff. I was like, geez. So,
and then there's like that postscript after the battle with Aslan. And
it felt like it. I mean, and I honestly got a little exhausted and bored with the battle and kind of what followed. But I still thought overall, once again, just like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, I felt like this is a good fantasy film, a good kind of adventure film. And if you really love battles, you're going to love it because the movie feels like one big long battle. At least half of the movie to me felt like it. But I thought overall, and it's nice that they were able to bring back all the original kids, so you don't have any recasting. And as you said, they added voices of Eddie Izzard. And, well, I guess just the voice of Eddie Izzard. Liam Neeson obviously was in the first film, but it's nice seeing Peter Dinklage and Warwick Davis. And Ben Barnes, I recognize, as you said, from Daredevil or Punisher or something like one of those Netflix shows.
Yeah, I think it was Punisher, right? Because he plays Jigsaw.
Yeah, something like that. So, but I was like, hey, I know that guy because I did watch those. But, I liked it overall. So, that's me. What about you?
I'm with you on that. I think when I was watching this movie, when it started, I'm like, I think this one might be better than the first one. But I'm not sure about that because, like you said, the last act is just too long.
I think that sunk it for me because like you, as it was first starting off, I think I did like it initially better than the first film, but it kind of got torpedoed by that exhausting battle.
They should have cut it down because it was like you have the the man-on-man combat, and then you have the giant battle against it, and then you have them retreating, and then there's a battle there again. It's just like, okay, like
It just goes on and
you just
on and on.
this
and
is
on.
too much. Like we need one or both of these.
Something.
And then like the ending, the post, not the post credits, but the postscript, like at the end where you find out where people are going and stuff like that. It's also like, okay, this is too much. Like, let's shorten this down. We don't need all of this again. So yeah.
When the battle finally ended and Aslan kind of comes out and he's like, okay, all you kings and whatever, and you're a king too, or you're whatever, you're a ruler of Narnia too. I thought, okay, we're winding things down and it's over. And then there was still literally like 20 minutes left of the movie. I was like, okay, come on guys, shut it down. Let's not have one too many endings on this thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is a little long in the tooth at the end. But I think like the leading up to it's really interesting. It's really intriguing. Yeah. You have they come back to Narnia. Maybe it's like 6 months in their time, but in the movie's time, it's been thousands of, I think like hundreds or thousands of years between that. Which is
it's a long amount of time.
Which is kind of interesting, way of kind of doing all that and the way the world kind of works that way. And I like that, in the first movie we kind Edmund, who's like the descender a little bit, and he doesn't really get along. And in this one, it's more, Peter's fault where things kind of go bad and stuff like that. And Peter needs to learn a little bit of humility and stuff like that. And, whereas I think, in the other one's about Edmund kind of growing up and getting a part of things. So I think it's kind of cool how they broke that up and it wasn't like regurgitating. Like Aslan said, there's no story happens the same way twice.
Right.
So for this one, I like how it's changed up and stuff. But also agree, I think this is really solid. I'm kind of interested to watch Prince Caspian because I know we don't get the older children back, but we do get Edmund and Lucy, and their cousin comes back, and I know Ben Barnes is in it, and they recast Eddie Izzard with
Simon Pegg.
Pegg. Yeah. So I'm kind of curious to see where that goes, and I think that'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like how in the first movie, we didn't mention this, but in the first film, they actually stay in Narnia and grow older. They're basically adults. And then they tumble out of the wardrobe and they're back to being little kids. Yep. So they get to live 2 lifetimes pretty much. It's kind of neat. So when they do go back to Narnia in this book, everybody's like, oh, you're just little kids. Like, what the heck? I thought you were older, It's like Dalton and Roadhouse. They're like, I thought you'd be bigger. I don't know.
Well, I think it's just really interesting. Like that, really captures my imagination. Yeah. For whatever reason, I just think that's kind of cool way to view that stuff and do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I mean, I complained about the length of the battle and everything, but I think this is a solid film. I just didn't like it as much as the first one, but I think they're both very well worth watching movies, especially, and probably part 3 is, we hope. We'll watch it.
Yeah, we'll watch it. We'll let you know.
And check it out. Yeah.
Dawn Treader.
Let's see. But yeah, this is a good movie.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Don't have a whole lot to add to it when movies are good.
Yeah.
So where do the critics fall on this bad boy?
So the last one, they were 76% or it was 76% fresh. This one's slightly less, 66% fresh, but still fresh, not rotten. And this one does have an audience score, 73% audience score. And Ebert and Maltin, once again, just like the last movie, they both give it 3 stars.
All right.
So solid little movies all around.
That's right.
Yay.
And this one's followed with Dawn Treader, like we said a little bit ago. I think Disney, I was actually kind of remember this now. So I think Disney had a dispute with Walden Media, who had the rights to these books, which is why I think it kind of killed the movie series. And I think now they're signed with Netflix. So I think Netflix is either going to, I think they're going to reboot it with the next story, is what I remember reading. We'll find out. Things change, and maybe I'm misremembering it, but that's kind of what I remember was going to happen. So whatever the next book was going to be is going to reboot the whole story.
Cool.
So we did our review on the Chronicles of Narnia, and on our Wednesday episodes, we always like to follow it up with a viewer's question. And for this one, we want to talk a little bit about the CV of James McAvoy. He's not in this one. They too talked about Mr. Tumnus. We shed a tear because he's long gone, but he is in the first movie, Mr. Tumnus. So What do you thoughts? Do you have a favorite James McAvoy role?
Yeah, so I was looking through his filmography, and he's done a lot of X-Men.
There's been a lot of X-Men movies.
A lot of X-Men movies. First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and then Dark Phoenix, and then he has a very small part in Deadpool 2. He's a cameo. Aside from that, I know one glaring omission from his filmography, and I think I put it on my list, is Atonement. That's a movie that I hear a lot about.
Never seen it either.
Yeah, so neither one of us have seen it, so we'll probably have to do that at some point. But since we have not seen it, looking at the rest of his filmography, I'm not a fan of like Wanted, which I know it has its fans.
I don't think I ever liked the movie Wanted.
Yeah, I'm not big on that movie. I do like Atomic Blonde, which he's in.
Yeah, I think he's actually pretty good in Atomic Blonde.
But I've not seen. I feel like there's a lot of other omissions. Atonement's probably the biggest omission. But a lot of the newer stuff that he's done, the disappearance of Eleanor Rigby and stuff, I haven't seen any of that stuff. So, I mean, my favorite stuff that he's done thus far, because I'm not a fan of the Shyamalan
the Split Glass, Unbreakable series.
I'm not a fan of those, so I maybe a cheat, but just kind of the X-Men oeuvre.
Do you have a favorite X-Men movie that he's in, or is that too hard of a question?
Probably Days of Future Past. I like that one. Probably,
solid.
Yeah, I like that one. I didn't like Apocalypse. I like First Class and Days of Future Past both. I don't like Apocalypse. I think most people don't like Apocalypse.
Yeah,
and Dark Phoenix isn't very good.
No,
Deadpool 2's good, but he's barely in it. So we'll go with Days of Future Past.
I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm gonna say I actually really like him in Atomic Blonde.
Yeah,
I think Atomic Blonde was really good, really surprising, and I think his character is interesting in Atomic Blonde. So, I think he's awesome. He was a good cast for younger Professor X, but I don't want to do that one. So I am going with Atomic Blonde.
Solid choice. I like Atomic Blonde too.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. It's your turn. Leave us a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. What's your favorite James McAvoy performances, role?
And should we do Atonement?
Yeah, should we watch Atonement? Should we atone for not watching Atonement?
There you go.
Let us know what you think about Chronicles of Narnia. Maybe we can start like one of those petition.com things where we could get all the rest of the movies made.
Do the rest of the series.
Netflix, faster.
Yeah.
To watch the Chronicles of Narnia.
Release the Snyder cut of Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. What the?
Release the Andrew Adamson cut.
Speaking of which, what's your favorite Andrew Adamson film? That's we talked about that. He's done Shrek 2, and then these two movies.
I don't like the Shrek movies at all.
Did he do anything past Prince Caspian or directing?
Yeah, he's got a couple things on the block. I looked him up just a second ago.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine.
Throw a wrench in the gears.
I was gonna look up his stuff. I'm literally. I don't want to review the movies that
Yes, you do.
It's like do you want to rate? Have you seen this movie? You want to rate it? Hey. So he has a Circuit of Soul, Worlds Away movie that came out in 2012.
That doesn't count.
He did Mr. Pip. So he has a Curious George movie in the works.
But the last big thing he directed was Prince Caspian.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Pip, I don't know how big that was. It also looks like it's well reviewed. Oh, it's got House in it.
Oh, Hugh Laurie.
Laurie, House.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, that's what you wanted, us talking on our phone. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your favorite Andrew Addison movie is. He has a great name. Let us know what your favorite James McAvoy's performance is. Let us know if you like the Chronicles of Narnia, both the books and the movies. You can either shoot us those emails, realshame@gmail.com, or leave a comment down below if you're watching us YouTube. We're also answering viewer questions. We need those viewer questions. Please send those along. Please like, subscribe, share the show. Tell your friends, family, frenemies. Just spam your Facebook friends list with our show. We would appreciate that. And we'll see you next week when we watch another movie off my list of shame. And we'll see you soon, guys. Have a good one. Bye.